Cayenne pepper is a very powerful herb, and cayenne pepper moves blood. Cayenne pepper can be used internally and it can be used externally. Cayenne pepper is a remarkable herb. Cayenne pepper is not chili. Chili comes from the chili family and cayenne pepper comes from the capsicum family.
Did you know that cayenne pepper could dramatically transform your health? While it's hard to state the exact number, it wouldn't be an exaggeration to claim that cayenne pepper helps to prevent at least 10 to 15 disorders, including heart attacks, strokes, and even certain types of cancer. With that said, what's the best way to incorporate cayenne pepper into a dietary plan? What are the benefits of using it? And what happens with cayenne pepper's capsaicin consumption in relation to cancer cells and other diseases? Let's delve into the details with Barbara O'Neill, heart attack hero.
You can also use it internally if someone has a heart attack.
Barbara O'Neill mentions the major advantage of cayenne pepper in the context of a heart attack. Based on her own experience, she noted that it is possible to rely on cayenne pepper in an emergency situation. She recalls an incident where a woman suffered a heart attack at a health retreat in Melbourne, where Barbara was working. Barbara rushed over, and upon seeing the woman on the ground, realized she was pale and had a weak pulse. At this critical stage, Barbara immediately poured half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper into the woman's mouth. Despite the woman being weak and only half conscious, they managed to get her to take some sips of water. Remarkably, within 2 minutes, the woman's pulse resumed strongly, her face regained color, and she was able to sit up on her own.
The lady's lying on the ground, her face is white. There's a guy holding a pulse. He said, "The pulse is gone?" Almost. I said, "Quick, cayenne pepper." I got a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, quickly put it in her mouth. She was half conscious. We're able to give her a little bit of water to drink. Within 2 minutes, the guy holding the pulse said the pulse is strong.
Barbara explains that cayenne pepper acted in 3 ways. It thinned the blood, increased the diameter of the blood vessels, and flooded the body with fresh blood. This rapid improvement in circulation resulted in the woman's revival almost immediately. In addition to its use in treating heart attacks, cayenne pepper has other health benefits due to its capsaicin content. Barbara adds that studies reveal capsaicin is effective against cancer cells. For instance, research has indicated that capsaicin can selectively target tumor cells and inhibit the growth of many cancer types. Blood-thinning miracle. Recall the lady from the previous case. What happened to her was that when the cayenne pepper entered her blood vessels, her blood thinned. Cayenne pepper is a powerful natural blood thinner, demonstrating its effectiveness. Unlike drugs like warfarin or aspirin, which can cause dangerous side effects such as brain bleeds,
That cayenne pepper, when it got into the blood vessels, it thinned the blood. This is the best blood thinner.
cayenne pepper is safe and has no known adverse effects. For those on warfarin or aspirin who are hesitant to make changes, Barbara recommends starting with a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper 3 times a day. Those who incorporate cayenne pepper may eventually reduce or eliminate the need for medication, with the effects of cayenne pepper becoming noticeable to their doctors. Few doctors employ natural remedies and see great wonders happening. And yes, one of the beauties of cayenne pepper is that no matter how much of it you take daily, it would not harm you in the way that some medications might.
This is very, very safe with no side effects. Now, if someone is on warfarin or aspirin and they're a little concerned, I would suggest start taking a 1/4 teaspoon 3 times a day. And most people, if they're on warfarin, they have to be tested, every few weeks or every month. And the doctor will say, "Your blood's getting so thin, we can reduce your medication."
Ulcer Buster.
Internally, it'll heal a stomach ulcer. Because what the cayenne does, it causes a constriction of any open blood vessels.
Consuming cayenne pepper is even known to have a pro-ulcer healing effect. Cayenne pepper helps constrict any dilated blood vessels to stop ongoing bleeding. If you have a bleeding ulcer and decide to consume cayenne pepper, you may be concerned about adverse effects. Although it may cause a tickling sensation at first, leading to coughing or sneezing, it will not harm your throat or worsen the ulcer. In fact, it is impossible to develop an ulcer as a result of ingesting cayenne pepper.
The easiest way to take cayenne pepper internally is to start with about 1/4 teaspoon, put it in a cup, add water, mix it round and just drink it down.
According to Barbara, in his book, Jethro Kloss said that one could not create a lesion with cayenne pepper. Additionally, another doctor has mentioned that abusing cayenne pepper is impossible, meaning that it is very safe and will not hurt you.
I have a book at home by Jethro Kloss called Back to Eden. He devotes half a page to every herb except for cayenne pepper. 10 pages he devotes to cayenne pepper. It's a remarkable herb.
It's important to note that cayenne pepper cannot become so potent as to harm anyone.
Black pepper is an irritant to the lining of the gastrointestinal tract, but cayenne pepper will heal a stomach ulcer.
If your arteries need to be prepared for surgery, this spice is also beneficial. This clearly shows how certain herbs, like cayenne pepper, naturally work on the body. On the other hand, there are claims that taking an aspirin a day is beneficial for health. However, recent literature proves that aspirin can cause stomach bleeds and is in fact a leading cause of stomach ulcers. In contrast, cayenne pepper is much safer regarding its health effects. Instant pain relief. Barbara also mentioned that cayenne pepper is effective for sore throat relief. According to her, cayenne pepper has an anesthetic effect, which causes a tingling sensation in the throat, but the discomfort subsides as the tingling fades.
Cayenne pepper can also ease a sore throat. Remember, it's in the flu bomb. It might give it initial tingle, but then when that tingle settles down, it eases it.
Some ingredients in the flu bomb can help relieve a sore throat, such as cayenne pepper. The itch that comes with the initial application of the pepper disappears, providing relief. Scientific studies show that capsaicin, the spicy component in cayenne pepper, can alleviate pain. Capsaicin reduces the amount of substance P, a chemical that transmits pain signals to the brain. Capsaicin, in lower concentrations, is recommended for various nerve pains, such as post-operative pain, arthritis, neuralgias, and myalgias. It is even effective for toothache, much to the dismay of drug manufacturers. Cold feet cure. Barbara O'Neill shares how one could massage the body with cayenne pepper in areas where sensitivity is low or blood circulation is poor.
You can also use cayenne pepper to wake up areas of the body that may be sleeping.
She reveals that patients with peripheral neuropathy, a condition often caused by chemotherapy, can experience numbed feet. If you have cold feet or peripheral neuropathy, it is crucial to maintain good blood circulation.
Cold feet into really hot water, you can damage the tissues. So you have to be very cautious with that. But you can put a cayenne pepper compress on the bottom of the feet.
There are remedies you can try, one of which Barbara advises is the use of a cayenne pepper compress. To make it, lay a piece of kitchen paper, apply a thin layer of oil, then add about half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and cover it with plastic wrap. Place it on your feet, cover it with a sock, and wear it overnight. Your feet should feel warmer in the morning. If the person has no sensation in their feet, it may take 1 or 2 nights for the sensation to return, which may manifest as a pins and needles feeling, indicating healing.
I had one man who'd lost all feeling in his feet, and on the second night he got pins and needles in his feet. What's pins and needles? That's the first sign that life's coming back in the feet.
She advises against frequent use of this treatment because the feet can become too hot. For those with weak feet, use it every 2 nights, but always monitor the body's response. Always observe the body's reaction and stop if the feet turn red or if the sensation returns too strongly. Thyroid Reviver. Barbara O'Neill further states that cayenne pepper can stimulate an underactive thyroid gland. To use it, you can apply a cayenne pepper compress over the thyroid area. Yes, all you need is a bandage approximately the size of the thyroid gland, and wear it for a few hours.
You can also wake up a thyroid gland. So underactive thyroid gland, you see, underactive thyroid gland, you can put a cayenne pepper poultice on that.
One success story Barbara shares is of a woman with hypothyroidism who was on medication. The woman was able to stop using her medication after applying the cayenne pepper compress and making other lifestyle changes. Many people believe that once you start thyroid hormone medication, you'll be on it for life. However, the treatment with cayenne pepper helped stabilize her thyroid hormone levels.
Now, we had a lady who was so excited about this because she had an underactive thyroid. She was on medication. Today, She is on no medication.
Barbara also suggests that applying the compress before bed might be too stimulating for the thyroid gland. Instead, it is better to use it in the morning when the skin is most porous. The compress should be applied for about half an hour, during which it should warm up, enhancing blood circulation to the thyroid gland. Barbara emphasizes that blood is vital for the body's proper function. Emergency wound care. Another health benefit of cayenne pepper lies in its antibacterial properties, which make it useful in treating cuts or wounds.
If you have a cut, you pour cayenne pepper into it and it'll stop the bleeding.
Barbara explains that diluted cayenne pepper is a perfect disinfectant and can even be applied to open wounds that have been cleaned with water. In one of her lectures, Barbara told the story of a doctor who deeply injured her foot, cutting through the fat layer of her skin. Barbara sprinkled cayenne pepper on the cuts to stop the bleeding. While it was slightly painful at first, this sensation only lasted a few minutes.
So I went and got the cayenne pepper and I sprinkled cayenne pepper in it. Anyway, she laughed the louder, as Fijians do.
The next day, the doctor reported that the cayenne pepper had done an excellent job of healing the wound.
Cayenne pepper is a wonderful healer, and you can put cayenne pepper with any other herb and it'll intensify its action.
To further emphasize its effectiveness, Barbara also shared an incident involving her younger son, who once had a bad cut on his finger. While Barbara was in a meeting, her older child took the initiative to apply cayenne pepper to the cut. Although the lateral aspect of the middle finger was slightly flexed,
And there's William with cayenne pepper all over. The kids had put the cayenne pepper on it. And he was sitting there with a frozen juice ice block. That had made him happy. Any cut, put the cayenne pepper on it. Yes, it will hurt, but it's already hurting, and remember, it'll settle down, and then bind it up, because it'll constrict the blood vessels and cause them to shut.
the pepper effectively stopped the bleeding and promoted healing. Digestion Booster. According to Barbara O'Neill, cayenne pepper, whether added to meals or taken in capsule form, benefits the heart and aids digestion.
So cayenne pepper can also be used to boost hydrochloric acid. You take it in internally, it'll boost digestion.
It promotes salivation and the secretion of stomach fluids, which can help treat the intestines and gastrointestinal tract. Herbalists use cayenne pepper to increase nutrient bioavailability and for its positive effects on the digestive system. Barbara recommends taking 1/4 tablespoon of cayenne pepper with water 3 times a day to stimulate the gastric glands and speed up digestion. You may feel a little warm as the cayenne pepper works in your stomach, helping to produce gastric juices and allowing food to pass through more quickly. In addition to its dietary benefits, such as vitamins A, C, and E, cayenne pepper is a good source of potassium and manganese. The chemical compounds like capsaicin in cayenne pepper directly affect the nerves in the stomach, causing greater digestive juice secretion, as studies have also shown. Blood pressure regulator. Cayenne pepper is one of the most versatile herbs or spices you can have on hand. Barbara O'Neill describes it as almost like having a mini first aid kit in and of itself.
Cayenne pepper moves blood. It's one of the best circulatory stimulants there is. It's not a nervous system stimulant like your caffeines or your tobacco. It's a blood stimulant. And when you consider that the life of the flesh is in the blood, cayenne pepper is a wonderful healer, and you can put cayenne pepper with any other herb and it'll intensify its action.
Besides its near immediate emergency benefits, cayenne can keep the heart healthy by improving circulation and regulating blood pressure. It thins the blood and dilates capillaries, allowing essential nutrients to be efficiently distributed throughout the body. Barbara O'Neill once recommended cayenne pepper for high blood pressure to a patient. She mentioned that as a young child, her mother would put red pepper under her tongue, and to everyone's surprise, it brought down her blood pressure. Metabolism igniter. In addition to the above, Barbara O'Neill explains that cayenne pepper is one of the best foods for boosting metabolism. It also helps increase body temperature and makes us sweat more, which further boosts metabolism. Additionally, cayenne pepper contains compounds that may help curb your appetite, leading to reduced food intake overall.
Bucket load of cayenne pepper a day and it won't hurt you. It might feel like it's burning, but it's tingling. The other doctor said it'll never cause a lesion. You know what that means? It will never damage the lining of your gut. And if you've got a stomach ulcer, it'll even heal that. 2 capsules 3 times a day. Now that's quite a strong dose. And I would go on 2 capsules 3 times a day. Remember what the The good doctor said, a medical doctor in Jethro Kloss's book, he says, you cannot overdo it. You cannot abuse cayenne pepper. And you watch, if you're taking that much, your digestion will improve, your bowels will become nice and regular.
Cayenne pepper can be used in various ways to meet your everyday needs. Both fresh and powdered cayenne offer health benefits. You can use it to garnish a bowl of soup, stew, or hummus, or sprinkle the powder over scrambled eggs, hot chocolate, or homemade lemonade. Freshly chopped cayenne pairs well with sautéed vegetables and cornbread batter. So, if you've come this far, be sure to check out other videos on the channel.